Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.
Hello everyone, it's your girl Marie here, a crochetaholic. Yes, I'm addicted to crocheting. I heart yarn. Or should I say I have this. And then I be hooking stuff. But not this one. This is actually my daughter's. I just didn't find anything. I've showed y'all this before. I have nothing in here. I have her hat. I have nothing in here that's crocheted. But that's okay. I am the maker of a small business called Crafting and Array Crochet, where I take my stuff to markets and I sell them. That's what I do. Alrighty, so if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for returning. I totally appreciate each and every one of you. And if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's fun in here. Alrighty, y'all. So it's market recap. So I had a great market day, and so I decided, because obviously you noticed it's been like 2 weeks since I made a video, and well, there's a reason. The reason is the first day of market I was swamped. I was freaking swamped. I didn't even have time to, I don't think I did a walkthrough. It was so busy. So I wanted to give you guys better content and all that stuff and more interaction. I did get a little teensy bit, but I film with my phone and I pay with my phone, but I need to get I have the little square reader, but I do it all through my phone, so I need to get a better system so I can record as I'm doing all that stuff. But I have 3 market recaps, 3 for all you people right here, and this is all of it. So let's go. And first, before we read off everything that's here, let's go watch some videos of the market recap. Be back soon. Better late than never. I'm so sorry. I forgot to film. We are at my market right now. Oh my gosh. I literally have been so busy nonstop. Oh my gosh. So, hi, how are you? Good. So it has been nonstop. I'm going to go ahead and take her to go right here. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Sorry, I had a rush. There are things that I thought were going to sell are not selling, like the peeps. Nobody wants those peeps. The Pokemon blind boxes, I've only sold 1. I do have them a little bit higher this year. I'm going to play with it. If it doesn't sell, I might bring them back down to 15, but we're not sure. Hi, how are you? Alright, let's hope, right? Alrighty, so y'all, great markets, except for 1. We'll get to that. Okay, all right. So the first market I went to was opening day market, March 22nd, and obviously this is some days later. Like I said, I wanted to get y'all some better content. Because let me tell you, It was crazy. All right, so I'm going to go over everything that's sold, and then I will tell you the total. All right, so let's get started here. All right, so first, the thing that sold was so the market opened at 10. It went from 10 to 3, 10 to 3. And the first thing that sold was my little tiny Peekaboo Pixie that I've had since last season. They're super cute, but they just don't sell. It was my very last one. I was so thankful. And like, y'all, you're gonna think I'm crazy for selling it for that much, but I don't care. I couldn't give this thing away, but I tried and tried and tried. So at 10.20 is when it sold, and it was cash, and it sold for $10. I will, if I have pictures, I will insert pictures right here, okay? Next up was my mushy baby. So if you do not know, I make these cute little mushy babies. I will show you a picture right here if I have it. Oh my gosh, y'all. This thing is darling. It comes with a little pacifier, and then it comes with a blanket. It is cute. But I used a magnet. We ain't doing that no more. I actually today I'm going to crochet after I'm done with this. I'm going to crochet a prototype to see if that's going to work. I have a little idea in my head, and then I'll come on and I'll show y'all what I did. So, you know, I'll do some makes of the week. I do have one more market. It's called a light market or something like that. But you have to have like lights and stuff, and I'm kind of playing with what I'm gonna make and stuff. So we'll go through that. I will do some more videos, you know, of that and my makes of the week. So look forward to that. I will be more consistent during the weeks ahead. I just had to get caught up with better, you know, market prepping and stuff. All right. So that at 10.22, it was the mushy baby, and it is a card, and it sold for $30. Then we have my little tiny bullet bee. Like, sometimes people will like those. I mean, I personally like making them. I think they're fun and they're easy. I mean, you get people who like them, and they're really kind of, you know, kind of small, like right like that. And it was sold at it was sold at 10.33 on a card for $12. And that's those same people. They bought also my little tiny Pooh Bear. So I'll insert a picture if I have it. And it was also by card, and it was also $12. It was one transaction. Then at 10.44, we had a chicken and egg. Those things did so good. And it was cash, and it sold for $14. Then another chicken and egg, also for that, for this, it was they had 3 transactions. So it was a chicken and egg, and it was cash. All these were cash. And then a Pokemon. Those Pokemons are flying. Those Pokemons are flying off the shelves. And it was all, again, at 10.44. And then the chicken egg, it was 2 chicks and an egg for 14 and 14. And then it was a Pokemon for $18. The Pokemon blind boxes. And then, because we're just gonna keep this ball rolling. Like I said, if I have any pictures, I will insert it right here. I want to start putting down, because sometimes I'll ask them, do you want me to break the seal on the Pokemon? Also, I'll cut it or whatever. And sometimes they say yeah, sometimes I don't. It was only one time I forgot to ask, but I mean, what can you do? But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they say, I want to open it at home. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, open it wherever you want to open it. It's not a big deal. Alrighty. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, I was so excited about this. So my little doll, I call her Anne with an E. If you know, you know. I will insert a picture right here if I have it. She sold for $40. She was super cute, and it was at $10.47, and it was with a card. I was tickled pink, y'all, like tickled pink. But then I was kind of bummed out because what had happened, I had a little basket with it, and I told myself, sorry, here's my face. I told myself that I was going to put like a little button or sew on her basket or something, and I didn't. And the basket had fell, and I don't know where she went. And so I have the basket and she has the doll, but I just felt really bad because I was like, oh my gosh, she just had a little basket. She was so cute with the little basket too. Alrighty, next we have our mallard duck, and that was the 9th item. I should be saying numbers, but I'm not because I don't know why. Mallard duck, and it sold at $10.47. Actually, it was the same person, and she bought the mallard duck too. And she bought it for her. It was so cute. She's like, my daughter, she loved Anna of Green Gables, and I loved Anna of Green Gables, and my grandbaby's gonna love Anna of Green Gables, so I'm giving her this doll, and she loves it too. And I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. So what do I have written here? Oh, okay, I see. Anyway, but so the mallard duck was $15. Then next we have the jeweled axolotl. It's my last jeweled axolotl. Y'all, I thought I ate with those jeweled axolotls, but I mean, sometimes people don't want things. You can't do nothing. But I sold the jeweled axolotl for $28 at $11.04, and it was cash and card. So it was like $28 I think on cash, and then $5 on card, something like that, something to that effect. I don't know. I think that's what it was. Or maybe it was 20. No, it was 23 and then 5 on the card. That's what it was. I couldn't read my writing. And then I sold my bell cat. I love my little bell cats. They're super cute. Like I said, if I have pictures, I will insert them right here. All right, and it sold at $11.15, and it was cash, and they sold for $20. I have them sold for $20. And then one little tiny Jeep duck. He's my last Jeep duck. And this little girl, he goes, you can have whatever. The dad was like, you can have whatever you want. Like, he goes, I was like, anything? He's like, literally anything. My baby can have whatever she wants. I was like, say less, daddy. Say less, dad. Say less. And so she wanted the little tiny duck. It was little, it was tiny, and that's what she wanted. And yeah, and that sold for $10 at $11.20, and it was card. And then I had a Boo Cat that was a Halloween item. I have this bin that I just, and I'll insert a picture, but I have this bin that I just like keep all like things that are like clearanced out, I guess, and seasonal. I'm not making that much seasonal things. I'm probably going to make 2 seasonal things, and that's it. I'm done. I'm so freaking done with seasonal crap. And if I can't do it year round, then I'm not making seasonal. Seasonals just don't do well for me. All right, so that's at $11.20 for card for $10. Sorry, no, I don't know why I said that. That's sold at $11.21. It was Venmo for $5. And I looked at my Venmo and I didn't see anything. That's weird. Okay. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. I'm tripping. Never mind. All right. Next, I sold my little hedgehog. Y'all know the new way that I make them. It's genius. I think it's genius. I make it with that furry yarn at Hobby Lobby. I don't do that bobble stuff. We ain't doing that. We think smarter, not harder. Alrighty, and that's at 11:31, and it was card and for $14. Then I sold a chicken, a little small chicken, for $12. It was a card at 11:46. And then I have this raffle for a Easter basket, and I'm selling it's $2 for the raffle, and at 11:50 it was cash for $2. Then I had this cute little elephant, this small little cute little elephant, my last one too. And it was 11:50, it was cash, and it was $10. Oh, that was the same payment. That was by the same person. Then I sold a pickle, the emotion support pickles, at 11:52 for card, and I sell those for $10. And then I sold a cheeky turtle. Okay, y'all, listen to this. So those cheeky turtles used to be so good for me. I used to sell those things all day long. Not anymore. I can't give those away, so I was really glad. I don't make them anymore. I have 2 more left, and I used to sell them all the time. I actually brought down the price. I used to sell them for $14. I brought down the price, and I sell them now. I sell them for $12. So it was 11:56, and they were Venmo. And then Pokemon, another Pokemon sold at 11:58, and that was cash, and it was $25. That was my $25 one, and it sold for obviously $25. And then I sold a piggy. It was like a small piggy, I believe. It says small piggy. At 11:59, it was card, and it was for $12. Yay! I like making those little piggies. And then we had another Pokemon, and it was at 12 o'clock, card, and it was for $18. And then my Toothless Souls at, again, oh, it was the same person. It was at 12. It was the same person, card, and it was for $65. Are y'all keeping track? It was doing great. It was like so good. Now that's 1 page down. So then after that, I sold the bunny, an Easter bunny, at 12:06 for card, $42. That bunny, I will show you a picture. I cannot keep that on the shelf. Like, everybody loves that bunny. She's so stinking cute. I made another one recently, and she sold, like, I try to make one pretty much every market, like I have, but like she's just so stinking cute. Everyone just loves her. Alrighty. Let's see. Next. Then we had a cat in the bed at 12:07 for cash, and I sell those for $15. So sorry, not cat in the bed, it's cat in the box, like a little tiny adopted cat. I will show you a picture. It comes with adoption papers and then a little carrier. They get to pick their carrier, and the kids just love it. Get an interaction thing, they love that. Then I sold a chubby bunny, a little white chubby bunny. I'll send a picture if I have it. At 12:06, and it was card for $10. And the same person got she got 3 things. Then she got a piggy. It was for $12. And then my last mushy boy, which I'm probably going to make another mushy boy. Sorry, my hair's my face. I'm probably gonna make some more mushy boys. They do sell pretty good. I sell them for $10 because, like, I literally just, I mean, why not, right? Then at 12:06, I sold another Pokemon. Wait, did I? Wait, no, sorry. 12:26, I sold another Pokemon, and it was cash, and it was a $25 one. So they were doing really, really well. And then at 12:27, like a minute later, I sold another Pokemon. It was cash and it's the $18 one. And then I sold my seahorse. Y'all, I had that seahorse forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. I've had that seahorse forever, like last season. At $12.34. It was card for $15. I don't know why I'm talking like that. And then I left to go walk around and go do stuff and like look around and do things like I usually do. No, actually that's not what I did. I went so I could go give another vendor something. And let me tell you something. My boyfriend does not know how to take stuff down, write things down, because I don't know what the heck this is. Oh, okay, I get it. Sorry. Sometimes I have to label everything. If I don't label it, he'll sell it off for $5. $5. So I make sure I label everything has a tag. Every single solitary thing has a tag on it, because if I don't, it will all be $5. I'm telling you, it will be $5. At $12.50, I sold another adoption cat. I just call them adoption cats. They come with the carriers for $15, and it was card. Then I sold up another pickle. I actually sold 2 of them, and at $12.50. So there was 3 transactions. There was 3 transactions by this one person, and so I think it was. I'm guessing, because, well, maybe not. Okay, so $12.50 was card, $15. Then 2 pickles, $12.50, cash, $20. So 2 pickles. And then a gator, also at $12.50, cash. So I'm assuming those 2 were together. And that was for $10. Then I sold a loaf cat. See, then I said it, I guess. Not a loaf cat. Adoption cat at $12.57. I came back because I realized I don't like to leave him too long. Because if I leave him too long, he'd be doing weird stuff. I'm telling you, $5 everything. He would give the whole booth for $5. Are you kidding me? Maybe not, but probably. So where was I? I sold adoption cat for $15, and that was card. And then I sold a keychain, a little duck keychain, a little chick. At $101, it was card for $12. Then I sold another keychain at $101. So I think it was 2 people. And it was another duck, and it was $12. Then I sold a loaf cat. I love my loaf cats. I think they're cute, and I just love them so much. At $112, it was card for $20. Then my last shark. Y'all, shark season's coming. I gotta make a lot of sharks. I have to make so many freaking sharks. It's insane. So I will be on that making a bunch of sharks, because like, so many sharks. Then I sold that shark at $112. It was card, and it was $10. And guess what I sold? I've had this for 2 years. 2 years, y'all. 2 years. And I could not get rid of this dang on troll. I sold my troll for, well, it was at $112, because it was this one, it was like reoccurring vendors. It was what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it was my regulars. They always come in and always get something from me. And so $112. So it was 3 of them. And they got the troll for $10. I had it in my little clearance bin. I didn't care. She loved it. A little girl loved that little troll. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care. I had that thing for $35. And this one lady was like, oh my God, I love trolls. She would not buy it. She's like, and she kept coming back. And she's like, oh my God, I love this. I love this. Oh my God. I always have a troll for good luck and bingo. And she wouldn't get the troll for $35. She wouldn't get it for $20. She wouldn't get, no, first then I marked it down to 25. No, then I marked it down to 30. And then I marked it down to 25. Then I marked, she would come back all the time. All the time she would come back and she would never get it. And it sold for $10. Maybe she would have got it, but she didn't. She didn't get it for 10. I don't know. And every time she would say how much she loved it. I'm like, then get it. Good Lord. Does that mean to say? I don't think so. All right. Then I sold another keychain. It was a capybara keychain at $120. It was cash for $10. Then I sold another cat. Actually, they bought both of them. It's only had two. They bought both of them. Is both cash and for $10. So $20 altogether. Then I sold another boo cat. Both boo cats were gone. At $128 card for $10. I'm telling you, people were loving the little clearance bin. And I never had that many people like the clearance bin. Everybody was like, I don't want to look in there. But people were literally going to the clearance bin these markets, all 3 markets. Because I'm telling you, I'm showing you 3 markets. They were loving it. And I was like, oh, take them all. Maybe not all of them. Pay me first. Alrighty, then my food dino. I will show you which one. I think it was the pizza one. And that sold for, I was at $132 on card and it sold for $30. And then, okay, so I got this idea from the Celestial Homebody, Katie from the Celestial Homebody. And I had these cupcakes and these cupcakes were not selling. And then she was like, yeah, I always have a birthday cake because it's always somebody's birthday. And it's true. My favorite food used to be birthday cake because it was somebody, I could celebrate someone's birthday. I don't know whose birthday it is, but it's your birthday. I'm celebrating your birthday with you. And I just loved birthday cake because it's always somebody's birthday and I can eat birthday cake any day I want it. So my cupcake birthday cake, I put a little candle on and it was at $132 card. And actually, it was a mom. She actually bought it for it was a grandma. And she came in and she got her grandson the food dino and the birthday cake. So it was both card. And then one was $30. The dinosaur was $30. And then the birthday cake, cupcake was $15. And then I sold another cat adoption for $15. And that was at $140 and it was on card. All right, last page. I went to like 3.5 pages. Or 2.5. So, no, I went to 2.5 pages, y'all. That's crazy. It was going. It was going. All righty. Then at 201, I sold a cactus at 201 card for $15. And then at 150, I sold a plant. I don't know why I said 150. That's not what that means. Sorry. I didn't say that. And I didn't mean to say 149. Let's start over. And then I sold a cactus at 201. It was at the card for $15. And then I sold a plant. My plants actually do really well, but I find the ones that do the best are the ones with like the flowers in them too. Like people like that one. I have one that's like the circle-y spirally. That's just been sitting there for a minute. It will sell, I know it will. But it's okay. And I have it was at 208 on card for $18. And then I sold a Pop-Tart. I actually call them backpack buddies. I need to label backpack buddies instead of whatever the heck I was putting, because I feel like, okay, let me give y'all a little secret. See, things will sell better if you kind of like say what they are, like, or where you want them to be. So for instance, let me give you an example. If you say Pop-Tarts backpack buddies, they're gonna be like, oh, we can go on a backpack. okay, I'll take it. And then if you say like little ducks, I have these little ducks, and I say bag charms, they love it. They're like, yes. But if you just say keychains, I'm like, keychains again. Everybody got keychains. But I don't got keychains. These aren't keychains, these are bag charms. See, I don't have Pop-Tarts. These are I think I don't have Pop-Tarts. These are backpack buddies, and people, they go crazy for that. They go crazy, they go ham. Alrighty, next. Pop-Tarts sold for is at $2.09, a card for $10. And then a Totoro! I had one Totoro. I was so excited about this. At $2.10 for card for $15. I loved it. I loved it. So y'all, my roomie sold. My roomie always sells. I have never, hopefully, knock on wood, because it was the cutest thing. So this girl, she comes in, this little girl, she comes in and she's to the nine of roomie stuff. She's to the nine. She has the jacket on. She has the hair. I mean, I was like, oh, you like roomie? And she's like, I love roomie. And I was like, well, then maybe you would like my doll. The mother was like, oh, you have a roomie doll? I was like, I have a roomie doll. Now, y'all know I make my roomie. I will show you. I think I took a picture of it. I'm pretty sure. If I didn't, I'll insert it here. If I didn't, if I do, or whatever. I was like, yeah. And she picked that thing up so fast. And then she saw the price. She's like, $58. I was like, yeah. Now, I've sold it for $65. I sold it for $60, and I've sold it for $58. But I'm gonna keep it at $58. I've sold about 5 of them so far, so I'm doing pretty good. But she's like, oh, I don't know about that. And then this little girl, she's like, okay, she goes, I'll let you hold it. And then she's like, okay, she's holding it and she's just loving on it. She's like, but mama, it's so cute. And then she's like, well, what are you going to do for me? And the way her daughter looked at her like, I got to do something? She's like, what? She's like, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, you can either clean your room or give mom a foot rub. And she's like, and she's like, and then mom's all, well, her room's already clean. She already cleaned it. I was like, well, looks like it's a foot rub. It was so cute. She's like, are you gonna give me a foot rub? And she's like, it was so cute. It was adorable. So she got the roomie. And I was at $2.13. And then at $2.38, I sold a Larry the Octo. That is all these are my old patterns. I just thought he was so cute. I'll insert a picture if I have it. I probably don't, but I'll try. And that was for $28 on a card. And then this lady came in. She was like, I need something different. She's like, all you crochet vendors have the same thing. I said, not me. Not this girl. Not me. Not me. Because, and that brings me to the point in the video where I talk about one thing. That brings me to a little segue I like to call, dun dun dun, Marie makes what she wants. Because if I have heard this once, I have heard it 1,000 times, and I have. I've heard it so many. Oh, another crochet vendor, not another crochet vendor. And that's why I wanted to do all my own creations. I did not want to. I have followed pattern after pattern after pattern after pattern after pattern. I said, not this year. This year, I'm going to make all of my own stuff. That way, I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm going to be different, unique, and nobody will have my stuff, not one single person. And so I was like, nobody has what I have, I promise you. I was like, come in here, I promise you, nobody has what I have. She's looking around, she's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. She didn't know what. And then she saw the troll, and she's like, what is that? I was like, that's my troll, but there's a story. So the story goes like this. You know Elf, right? Elf, like the Christmas movie Elf. Well, remember that troll that he was in the very beginning of the movie? We tried to train trolls to make the toys, but they peed all over the place, right? But they weren't potty trained. I made that troll. I made a version of that, cute little version of that troll. And I told her that. She's like, sold. She's like, that's me and my grandson's favorite movie. We watch that movie every single month. We love that movie. I have to get this one. And I was like, say less. She's like, he is going to love it. She goes, we love that movie. Like, you see, listen. So for those that are watching, make what you want. I'm not telling you don't do patterns, because of course you like to do patterns. But for one time, make something that you want to make. Something that's dear to you. And then I'm telling you, go with it. Go off the beaten path. All right, back to this. Like, I'm totally going off the beaten path. So I sold that at $2.48 for a card for $25. Alrighty. Then I sold a capybara, a little tiny one. It was the keychain one, I think. Yeah. Or no, I think it was the car swing, actually. At $2.58, card for $12. Then I sold my last two things were by one person, and it was 2 loaf cats for $20 each. And then and there was also another cat a cat adoption cat for $15. So y'all, the grand total for that market, drum roll please, $983. Dun, 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 oh my God. That was the best I ever did at that market. That's the best I ever did. That's the most I ever made. I'm telling y'all, we was doing the darn thing. We was doing it. We were sitting up there and we were making stuff and we were doing it. We was doing I did a great job. It was great. It was awesome. I loved it. All right. Market day 1. Now let's do market day 2. Let's do the Easter market. And I will insert a video of that possibly here, because I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah. Let's insert that market. So there is an Easter egg, adult Easter egg hunt. See all the adults lining up? They're ready. They got their bags. They're ready, y'all. This is an Easter market, and the main event is the Easter egg, adult Easter egg hunt. And I will show you some pictures. I might even get a few. I might just run out there and get those ones right there. We'll see. God! Where's the kid? I'm gonna grab a few, guys. Okay. I grabbed some. I grabbed a few. I'm gonna grab some more. Oh wait, I guess I can't. They're done. That's all I grabbed. I grabbed a few. Oh my God, look at these people. I grabbed a few. That's all I could grab. There was a countdown. These, did you see? They're worse than kids.
We're not even waiting for you to count down.
They didn't want to wait. They said countdown what? What's that mean? I've never. That's crazy. There was a countdown, y'all, but they did not listen to the countdown, so. I grabbed a few. That's all I was able to get. Alrighty, it is pretty slow right now. I've only had 3 sales. Hello, how are you? I love your ears. They're so cute. You're welcome. It's kind of cold, but not like really cold, but it is very windy. Hold on to my tent. I have boots, but I'm scared. I am super hungry, by the way. I need food in my life. I need food in my life.
I'm gonna get this.
You want to get that one? Okay. Alrighty. So it is very slow. It's like they came for the Easter egg hunt and then they left. We can't have good days every time, but I do have a market again, which I will be recording Sunday. So maybe they'll all come out for Sunday market. But this is dead. I literally have like 12 sales. Yeah. And I'm starving. But I won't buy vendor food because it's too expensive. Like, it's way overpriced. They have these tamales and there's vegetables in the meat. I don't understand that. And they're really tiny. They're like this. They're like $5 for like that small. And we're in Texas and I don't get that. I thought everything was bigger in Texas. That was a lie. Lies! Alright. It is absolutely dead. People are starting to pack up. But I'm not gonna pack up. We have about 30 more minutes, maybe 35, but I'm not packing up. I'm gonna pack up when it's 9, because that could be a sale. And if you know, you know. Alrighty. There's like literally nobody here. Like, it is absolutely no one here. It's just us vendors. So I'm going to walk way back up. Yeah, it's happening. It's gonna happen. I'm doing it. I think. That market was not good, like, at all. Oh my god. I haven't counted how much I made. I'm gonna do a total of everything. I'm gonna give you guys a great video. But it wasn't big, but I did sell one big item. I will let you know all that. I have one more market this week, and that's on Sunday. I'm gonna have that with everything. And doing this market, I realized this is the longest setup. I took forever to set up, and I realized I'm no longer gonna use the wooden crates. I'm done using wooden crates. No more wooden crates. We are done with wooden crates. They are too bulky, and they're not good. They're not. And I'm done. I'm done with them. So I'm gonna get something to eat. I am freaking starving. My head is pounding. Cause like, I don't like vendor food. It's just too much. I love you vendors, but the food, I can't do it. It is so much money. And I'm just like, no. No. That's one thing I will not do, is the vendor food. And it's not always that great. But I can't bring myself to pay $20 for a plate of food. And that's literally how much this one food that I wanted. And I was just like, nah, not $20. I don't want it that bad. Alrighty, it's time to go home. It is now, I think it's like 10:15. No, it is not 10. Oh my god, it's not 10:15. It is 9:17. We actually packed up early because it was dead. There was nobody. It was so crazy because, like, when you saw the footage with all the people that were there for the adult Easter egg hunt, and then that was it. There was like nobody. There was nobody after that. They all left. All right, my boyfriend already left. He's probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. All right, until next time. Oh, we have Crowley Market, and we have a lot to. We have the all right, we have the market on Sunday. Ooh, I have a lot to go through, and just like, because I have a lot of inventory still. Remember, I had about $8,000 worth of inventory, so I have a lot still. And I was still making stuff after that. But yeah, so until Sunday. Okay, we are back. Alrighty, all right. That market wasn't dead, y'all. So let me tell you something about this market. So as you saw, they were all lined up. It was an adult Easter egg hunt, and they were like all lined up waiting. I don't think I showed in that video. I'm not sure if I did. I don't know if y'all got that. But she's like, we're going to do a countdown. Y'all, these crazy people, these adults, she couldn't even do the countdown. She's like, wait. And they're just like, get it. Y'all, they act worse than children. It was crazy. They were like zealous. They were zealous for these eggs. I'm telling you, it was not a good time. That market was not a good time. It was cold. It was windy. I hate the wind. I hate it. I'd rather have sun. I'd rather have rain. Do not give me the wind. I hate the wind. I'd rather have it cold, freezing. I could put layers on. Thank you, ma'am. But the wind, it be knocking my stuff down. But I think I have a solution. I think I may have it. I'm gonna toy with it if we have this market on Friday, and we'll see. All right, so the first thing that sold at $5.20 was a stingray. It was a stingray for $8 on a card. And then I showed my jellyfish, my one and only jellyfish. And she's like, yeah, any more jellyfish? I said, no, that's it. I probably should make some more, but we'll see. Also at 1220, it was by the same person, for $15. And then at 6:15, I sold a hamburger for $15. Actually, I think I had left to go get something because this isn't my writing. This is my boyfriend's writing. So I must have had went to go get something in the car. I think I did. I think I went to get something in the car and came back. And then I say it was $15 for the hamburger, $15. And then I sold a keychain. It was a duck keychain. At $6.19 on card for $12. Then I sold a bunny. My other bunny. Yep, my gray bunny. Then I sold my gray bunny again. Now this lady, she came back. She saw it first and she saw the price. She's like, oh no. And then I was like, whatever. I don't care. It's gonna be that, lady. I'm sorry. Nah. I was like, that's how much it is. I don't care. Look, I make my prices to sell. I thought that was pretty low for her, but you know. And then you know what? She came back. She did. She came back because I think she came back because I don't know. I think the Easter egg hunt was at 7, but she came back around and she got the bunny at $6.28 on card for $42. And I was like, yippee. Then I sold a Ninja Turtle. I gotta make some more Ninja Turtles, y'all. I got to make some more Ninja Turtles because those Ninja Turtles are selling quick. And I think I only have 2 more left. So I think it's like a red and an orange one. Which one's your favorite? All right. And that was at 6:30. It was cash for $14. Then I sold a Pokemon. And I did put on here what they were so I can know to make it again. So it was, actually I don't even need to know because I have to make all of them because I sold every single one. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I wasn't supposed to tell you all that. All right, so at 6:48, it was for Venmo for $18, and then I sold another Pokemon at 7:06 on card for $18, and then I sold another raffle ticket at 7:06. It was the same people. They wanted a raffle, and that was for $2. Then I sold another Pokemon at 7-Eleven, and this guy, he kept coming back. He's like, "Was there any way that we really want Charmander?" I said, well, you're gonna have to pick which one it is. I don't mean, if I can't do it, you gotta. He goes, I'll pay more. I was like, no, it's not fair. And I'm really adamant about that. And then people are like, well, who cares? Not me. I'm sorry. I don't think it's fair. If I gotta do it for you, I gotta do it for everybody. And I'm just not. I know that people are probably gonna think, Marie, just who cares? Just do it. No. And it was for $18. And then I sold a chicken, a large chicken, at 7:17 card for $18. Then a little pig, a little small pig. I think that was my last little small pig too. I gotta make some more of those. At 7:34 for $12. And then I sold another Pokemon. Yay! At 7:46 on card for $18. Then I sold my other Larry. Then I sold a Larry Octo again at $8.10 on card for $28. Now, that's all I sold. It was 14 items. 14. And I want to say this, my last one was 58 items for the first market. Y'all, this market was garbage, but they all cannot be $1,000 days. Okay, they just can't be. They all can't be $988 days. They just cannot be. Or 85 or however much it was. How much was it? They all cannot be $983 days. They just can't. But real quick, let me tell you about what were the best sellers. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you that after this one. All right. So then let's go to our other market. Let's go to the last market that I just went to. Oh, first let me tell you how much I sold. A grand total of, drum roll please, $238. That's it. I mean, they all, like I said, they all can't be great days. I know one thing though, I'm probably not gonna do the Easter market again. I did put on here dud rating. So I rate it dud. I'm not gonna do it again. People are just all right, last market. That was this. It was this past Sunday. So let's talk about what I made. All right. Sorry, should I not be doing that? No. Okay, let's talk about what I so far we've been open for like, well, it's not quite open, it's like 9:50, but at like 9:40ish we already sold 2 things, and it was like some hatching chicks, so that's actually a good thing. So hope that's a good omen, fingers crossed. It's pretty windy right now, that's the only thing, so I'm hoping this wind doesn't if I'm not looking in the camera, I'm trying to look over here, which is not where the camera is, but the camera's right there I think, so I hope I'm looking in the right spot. But it's pretty windy, so I'm hoping my stuff does not knock down, because it's been knocking down for a minute, but we're gonna see. I'm just hoping. So this is day 2 of this 2-day weekend market. I'm just hoping that it goes well, because the last one was a dud. The Easter market was a but anyway, that's okay. We can't all have $1,000 days, okay? We just can't. All right, so let's hope this this is a great market. I'm gonna manifest it. It's gonna be a great market, and even if it isn't, we're still gonna have a good day, because we're outside and it's nice. And I will try to do a quick little, walk through about everything if I can. I do record on my phone, which I have to do payments with, so it's all a thing. But we'll see what I can do. All right, I will check back in later. Alrighty, so it is 12 o'clock. The sales have been steady. It's not super busy. I mean, people are still in church right now, so we're getting the church rush in a little bit. We'll get that. But still, sales have been steady, so that's always good. But the wind, of course, I'm fighting that, because, why not, right? I cannot stand the wind, y'all. Like, it drives me absolutely stinking freaking crazy. I'm just like, can we not do this wind? Can we not? Like, today's not the day. Like, I had to figure out a system to where, like, I can just, like, put the plushies down and not have to worry about, like, any type of wind blowing things down. If y'all have like any like, you know, ways on how to make things like not blow down on your markets, please let me know, because I cannot figure it out. Like, I just can't. But yeah, so the cutest little girl came in and got my No Mess Pets. Oh my god, it was adorable. And something just blew down, because why would it not, right? Alright, y'all, another little check-in. If you're wondering if the wind has blown any more of my stuff down, you would be right. It is. It has, and I'm tired of it because it's really starting to irk me. Hi, how are you? And we're doing pretty good, aside for the wind blowing everything down. But other than that, we're doing great. And I will do another check-in in a little bit, because I have to keep getting up every 5 minutes because of the wind. It's so bad. And I'm hoping the icy man will come and give me some ices, because usually he does, and his ices are so delicious. Okay, that's it. I sold 2 chicken and the eggs, 2 hatching chicks at $9.51. Now, the market didn't even open. Opened at 10. I wasn't really setting up, but I was just making sure things weren't falling, because let me tell you, the wind was windy. It was so windy this day. That's what made me, I almost wanted to just throw something. I wanted to pick up something and throw it. It was tossing my plushies all over the place. But this day, and I have something really awesome to tell y'all. Really awesome. I know this video is long, but y'all gonna love what I'm about to tell you. All right. So at the end, I will tell you all of the bestsellers of each market. All right. And that was for $28. That was for $28 on card. Okay. Then I sold a dino. And this is all my boyfriend's writing. I can tell because I don't write like this, and he writes smaller. Because I was trying to get all the stuff that was falling down. It was crazy. The whole time, I'm like standing there trying to make sure things aren't falling. Things are falling here. Things are falling there. I'm picking stuff. And then I sold a little dino at $10.20 card for $12. Then a Pokemon at $10.40 card for $25. It was a $25 one. Then a carrot bunny. It was cash for $15. So I had these new things that I brought to market. It was called No Mess Pets. And they're these little turtles. And you put them in the little aquarium thing, a little dish, like a little fish bowl. And I made sure that I got plastic, because you look, kids be dropping stuff. And you got to think out the box. So I bought plastic ones, and they loved it. They picked their little plant. They picked the little rocks, and they love it. They had a blast. They thought they were the cutest things in the freaking world. And then I sell them for $15. Then I sold a watermelon at 10. Oh, he didn't put the time for that one, but that's okay. Then at 10:50, I think that says. 10.50 was card, and it was for $6. And then I sold my last pineapple, also for $6. And then I sold my rat, and that was in the little, what was it? What's it called? I don't freaking know. The clearance. And I was so tired of seeing those dang on rats. I've had those things for so long. I don't even freaking know how long ago I made them. I just was tired. I was glad they were gone. There was one actually, and they all sold, but we'll get to that later. At $11.40, card for $10. And then another No Mess Pet at $11.42 for $15. Then I saw another Pokemon. That's right, another Pokemon. You better believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy to me. Happy to me. And I sold another Pokemon at, what was that? At $11.45 for $25. It was a $25 one. do. Just kidding. Then I sold my last gator. So this guy comes in. He's like, look, this is the only thing that I want. I just want a gator. You have a gator? And I need a swinging chick, preferably in a frog hat. I said, say less, I got it. Yes. I was like, I got that. He was so happy. He was tickled pink. He's like, yeah. And so, and it was Cash App. Oh yeah, it was through Cash App. I didn't realize it was Cash App. The Pokemon. Wait, no. I think I'm going off. Where? Hold on. Oh, sorry. That was not Cash App. I was reading. It's by card. $10 and $10. Gator was 10 and the car swing was 10. And then I sold a Pokemon and sold a Pokemon for $18. Now, my next one, I have these book buddies, y'all. Now last weekend, or not sorry, not last weekend, but the market before this, I had them for $40. And I was like, man, they're not selling. I'm going to bring them down to $35. Now, I have on here $30. Y'all. I forgot that I made them for $35 and I put $30. Well, at least, I mean, it's $5, but oh well. You know, they're not going to tell me. It's not their fault. It's my fault. You know, so, you know, whatever. But I'm out $5. But it's okay. Tomatoes, right? Alrighty. Next. What do we have? My pistachio. My pistachio. Y'all, it was the cutest thing. It was the cutest thing. She was like, oh my God, is that a pistachio? So my vendor friend next to me, she also crochets, but she wasn't doing crochet. She was doing hats. She does the hat bars. You know, I know y'all seen those, right? They're so stinking cute. I want to get Crochet Girl, but then I thought to myself, yesterday I was like, I wish I could have it say just a girl crocheting. I'm just a girl crocheting. Or I always say to my nephew, it's hard out here for a crocheter. But I don't know if they could put that in there. Maybe, I don't know. But that was so cool. I sold my pistachio for $15 at $12.22 uncut. And then this lady, she comes in and she made a beeline. When I tell y'all she made a beeline, so I had this owl, and I'll show a picture if I have it. And she zoomed in there and got it. She swooped it up like nobody's business. And that was at $12.37 with card for $25. I go, you really wanted that? She's like, oh no, I told her, let's go. We always walk around the market first, and if we see anything, then, but she was like, nope. I want to go back to crafting and array crochet. I want to go back. And that's all she wanted. That was it. All right, then I sold another No Mess Pet at $12.44 on card for $15. And then a capybara. So my capybara, I make them in cute little hats and stuff. And I think this one was a strawberry one. The girl was so cute. She's like, oh my God, I love capybaras. I love strawberries. And I was just like, yes, then you need this. And I sold that for $25 at $12.48. And then at $12.48, also was the same person. It was also a car swing, and that was for $13. Then I sold a watermelon for $10, and that was at $12.50. And this was the same people. And this was all with cash. And so I have my pickles now. I have my pickles up by me at my little cash area. And she's like, oh my God, are these pickles? I was like, yeah, they're emotional support pickles. And I was like, because you're a big deal. And she's like, sold! You have to tell them that. They love that. When you tell them, I'll be like, yeah, they're emotional support pickles because you're a big deal. They eat it up all day long. I say it all day long. They eat it up. They love that. They love that little line. And I sold it for $10. And then I was really happy to sell this. This little girl, she comes in and she's like, I want something different. I was just like, I mean, you're in the right place, honey. So she's looking around trying to see, you know, what she can find. And then she sees my little princess frog. And I was like, the good thing about the princess frog is that, see the little crown that it comes with? You can take that off and wear it for yourself. There you go. There you go. And I sold that at $12.53 for $35. All right, next page. I know this is a long video, y'all, but y'all probably crocheting and doing your thing. Hi, everyone. Editing Marie here. So I wanted to give you all a quick little side note about why this video is extremely late. So the video you just got done watching, or that you are watching, so I filmed it on Wednesday of last week, and I was exhausted, like super tired. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take a nap. A nap turned into Friday. Okay. I was like, oh my God. Well, I didn't sleep till Friday, but I did sleep for a while. And I was so tired because I was just been like, with all these markets back to back to back to back. It just drained me. And so I kind of felt like a small tidbit of like a cold, but I was like, okay, I'll be all right. So then I had a market on Friday, and that market it exhausted me to my very core. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. So then I couldn't go to sleep really because I had things to do, because we had a wedding to go to on the next day on Saturday. So I stayed up like all the way till 2, like fixing my nails, making my nails like pretty, giving myself a pedicure, you know, stuff like that, and fixing my hair, all that good stuff, right? And so then go to the wedding, and then the next day we went to a friend's house for Easter Sunday. And on Monday, I was so tired. I was like, I need to edit this video. And I was just like, I'm starting to edit it, and I'm just like falling asleep. I'm so exhausted. And I'm pretty sure I literally had like one of the worst allergy attacks in my entire life. I was like, this is a nightmare. I'm going to go to sleep. I got so many allergy pills. I was like, arr. But I'm better now. It's now Tuesday, and I am editing this video. I just wanted to give y'all a quick little update on why this video is extremely late. All right, so yeah, happy crocheting, everybody. Life of a crocheter. That's me. So why not hear all this stuff? Go take a break if you need to. Sip a little drink if you need to. Like this. Like I need to. Ah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, take a little drink if you need to. What you need, a snack? Y'all, see right here, Trader Joe's, the best ones, even better than Takis. Here, look at this. Take a picture of that right there. Best ever. Do. Okay, that's enough of that. Y'all be thinking crazy. All right. Then at 132, I sold a loaf cap for $20 on card. And then my last rat, y'all. He gone. I ain't making no more rats. I'm done making rats. I'm done. At 135, card for $10. And then, like I said, I'm telling y'all, I can't even talk right now. That clearance bin was popping. I sold a spider. I put all my spiders in. I'm tired of looking at them. And I had them for $8. And I sold it for $8, obviously. And I sold it at $140 cash for $8. And then I had a little tiny turtle. Now this lady, she comes in there and she's like, can I think this was the one. She's like, well, can I just buy just a little tiny small turtle? The ones I have for the no mess pets. I was like, no, those are for the no mess pets. And she's like, well, do you have any other ones? And I was like, yeah, Brayden's right there. And she's like, oh, yay! And then I was like, yippee! And she bought it for $10. It was cash. No, it was card. My bad. Then I got a custom order. Ooh. Do, 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 do. And it's for a little a wiener dog. And that was at 12:04. It was cash for $40. All right. Then what else? Oh yeah. Then I sold. This was really cool. So this guy, he comes in, he goes, I need Easter baskets. I was like, I got you. And he bought, so I had these 2 little Easter baskets, and he said, I need these at 2:05 cash for $25 each. That's $50. Woohoo! His kids were so happy about that. They were just tickled pink. They were like, yay! Yay! I was like, yippee! All right, we need to speed this along. This is taking too dang long. And then I had a Pokemon, another sub Pokemon that sold at $2.20 for $18. And then a bunny, a little tiny chubby bunny, my little last chubby bunny, a little chubby bunny, my last chubby bunny, my last chubby bunny. All right, at $2.20, and it card for $10. Then another raffle ticket, I sold 4 of those for an altogether for $8. And then a no mess pet, and another no mess pet. I'm gonna tell you all this because it's all the same. This is all the same vendor. I mean, this is all the same person. So it was. Hold on, I think it's right here. Okay, a no mess pet, a no mess pet, a no mess pet, a Pokemon, a Pokemon, and a Pokemon, and that was at $2.22. A Pokemon for $18, another Pokemon for $18, and then another Pokemon for $25. Those are my last Pokemon. They bought the last ones. And then a no mess pet for $15, and the no mess pets for $15. And then I sold another turtle for $10. That lady who bought the no mess pets, they were loving them. They were like, oh my gosh, these are the cutest. No one has these. They're so fun. Because I put a little carrier on it. They can like hold it. Like I put it like, they can make it go perk. La la la. I'll show you a picture of it. Okay. Then I sold my last mushy baby. Let me tell y'all, I cannot wait to make these. I think what I'm about to do, here's a little pacifier. I give them little pacifiers. Little pacifiers. Let me tell y'all something right now, okay? Let me tell you. These things are the cutest things ever. The little girl, she's go get your baby. I was like, huh? And she goes and she gets the baby. I was done. And she loved it. She loved it. She's like, she's been talking about it the whole time. And that's the stuff. I want to cry. That's the stuff that brings me the best. This is why I do this. This is why I do this, because I love when the little kids come in there, or adults, or whoever they are. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, don't cry, Marie. Don't cry. But like when someone just like, they'll walk around the whole market and they know they want that. And then they come back and they just, they're like, I can't. Oh my God. It just warms my heart because I warmed their heart. All right. And I sold that at $2.50 cash, $30. And then I sold my peep. I finally sold a peep. I was like, goodness, it's taking forever to sell a peep. And I sold a chocolate bunny at $2.50. It was a card, $27 altogether. Then I finally sold Ollie the otter. I'm not making any more of him. Maybe I'll make a different way. I'm thinking, because I didn't like the way I made him. And I sold him for $13. And then I sold two dogs in the bed for $30. I sell them for $15 each, and that was for card. And then the last one, my very last one, I sold butterflies. A butterfly at 3 o'clock, $15. That was the end of the market. That was it, and that was all. That was all. 37 items sold at that market. It was great. I loved it. But then the little girl comes back and she's, can I switch it for a dog in the bed? And I was like, just do it. It was $15, so I really didn't care. I was like, yeah, go ahead. So technically I didn't sell the butterfly back in inventory. It's actually the dog in the bed. So I got to make some more dogs in the bed. And for a grand total for that market, it is, ready for it? Drum roll, please. And my hair. $818. Oh my gosh. So that brings a grand total for all three markets. You ready? Now major drum roll. I'm crazy, y'all. Y'all know I'm crazy. All right. Ready? Grand total is $2,041 for all three of those markets. For those markets. Get your life. That's amazing. So for that market just now, that happened. The best seller was the Pokemon. I mean, the best seller was, if you didn't know, I mean, come on. You already know it was the Pokemon. 8 Pokemon I sold. 8. All 8. It was gone. Next was the No Mess Pets. I sold 5 of them. And then for that big giant market where I was $20 shy. Actually, no. I was $7 shy. I can't talk. I was $17 shy from making 20. Let's try that again. I was $17 shy of making 1,000. All right. For the first market, best thing that sold is a tie, actually, between Pickles and, you guessed it, Pokemon. And then the small loaf cats, the little tiny adoption kitties. And then I sold 4 of those. And then the keychains, they were a big hit too. I sold 4 of those as well. Now, for that last market, it was the Pokemon, the dud market. All right, y'all. That's it. Oh my gosh. But I wanted to tell y'all something so awesome. So do you see this guy right here? I'm going to bring him down. All right. So I had this on market, okay? And I had him for $85. And I kept looking at him and I kept looking at him. And I was like, I don't want to sell him. And I don't think I will. And I don't have to. Because he's mine. I remember when I was a little girl and I just loved this movie and I just thought it was like, I just loved it. And I had the doll and I loved him and I don't even know, I can't even tell you what happened to him because I don't even freaking remember. And plus the yarn that I used for the face, I don't really like it. So if I was to make him again, I would do a pattern. But I think I'm probably gonna make another one, but I'm gonna do a pattern for him. But I'm waiting for my yarn to come, so I'm gonna do them with that yarn. But this yarn is not the best yarn, so that's another reason why I'm not gonna sell him. But he's so cute. So let me tell you what happened. My vendor friend, the one that makes the hats, she was like, I guess she had told someone about it. So this guy came in And he's like, can I see your mouse? And I was like, mouse? He's like, yeah, he has like a hat on. And I was like, what? I was kind of busy and I wasn't understanding what he was saying. And he's like, yeah, you know, the mouse with the back in the 80s or, and I was like, I still couldn't understand what he was talking about. And I was just like, mouse? What? And he's like, yeah, you showed her. I was like, oh, yes, 5-0. So I get him out and I show him and he was like, oh my gosh, that's really good. He's so cute. He goes, do you have a pattern? And I was just like, no. He's like, you have no pattern? I was like, no. I was like, he goes, how'd you get all these? And I was like, well, here's the thing. So last year, you know, all of the times I always use patterns. And I was like, this year I want to be different because everyone's making the same thing and I want to be unique. And so I decided that I was going to do all my own stuff. And he's like, wow, that's really awesome. And he's like, I do both. I do mine and other people's patterns. I'm like, that's good. That's good. And he's like, well, if you would have had a pattern, I would have bought it. And I was just like, thank you. He goes, girl, make a pattern. I was like, oh, you know, so I'm probably going to make a pattern for him. But so I was like, thank you. And I told him, I was like, he was like, this guy, he's really cool. And I was just like, well, you know, if you're local, we have a crochet meetup. It's we meet up every Thursday, you know, 5:30 to 7:30 at Fast Taco. And he's like, okay. And I was like, you got to come out. We have a grand old time. We be chatting up and just hanging out. You know, who doesn't like to crochet amongst friends? I know I do. We have a great time. And so, then my render friend's like, she's like, wasn't that awesome? I was like, yeah, he was nice. And she goes, do you know who that is? I was like, no. She's like, girl, that was No Way Jose Crochet. I was like, oh, I follow him. I didn't even recognize him. Y'all, I didn't even recognize him. And I was so upset with myself. I was like, oh my God, No Way Jose Crochet came in and said my mouse looked great. So, yeah. I thought that was just super cute because, like, super cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, I wish I would have got a picture with him. I would have totally got a picture with him. You know, like, I would have been like, okay, you gonna stay? I was like, I would have got a picture with him, but I didn't. Hopefully he sees this video. But anyway, I just want to tell y'all that. I thought that was just super cool and super awesome. That another crochet vendor that's, you know, kind of awesomely famous. I mean, he's here on Everyone Loves Him. But anyway, that is all that I have for all of you. I know this is a very long video. I will be editing it all of it. I don't know if it's going to be down too much, but I'm going to edit the heck out of this video because oh my gosh, it needs a lot of editing. But thank you so very much for watching my video. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm sorry it took so long to film this, but I really want to make sure y'all had a really good video. All right, y'all have a great and wonderful day. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me. So if you like content like this where it talks about market prep, talks about markets, content of all the crochet things, I would really hope and like if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. And if nobody has told you today, you are enough and you are worthy of all things good. Thank you, everyone. Happy crocheting.